Hey YouTube, today I am reviewing one of my favorite knives, the Cold Steel Voyager Extra Large. This is an awesome knife, probably one of my most appreciated purchases from Cold Steel, and I really want to get the word out on Cold Steel almost in a way. I think they're really undervalued by a lot of people that don't realize what potential these knives have for a lot of different uses. And yeah, it's just a really good company that I'm actually pretty trustworthy of. So I'm going to review this knife. This is the Cold Steel Voyager Extra Large. That means that this knife is a beast. Uh, just barely fits in my screen, I'm sure here. Get the idea. It's a huge knife. The blade length is 5.5 inches. Open, it comes to a little bit over a foot, a little over 12 inches. This knife is a lock back. As you can tell here, this is the triad locking mechanism, and I'm sure you've heard quite a bit about that. Most people already know about that. The way the triad lock works is the weight is dispersed to this pin instead of just on the frame or anything like that. It's not a normal lock back. This particular knife, if you go on YouTube, you can find some tests where it's taking hundreds of pounds of pressure on this locking mechanism here, and it's a very valid lock back. It's bordering fixed blade strength, which you've probably heard that before too, and I can attest. I hard use this knife. I've cut down quite a few trees with it, messing around because I got it for a value. I think I got this for maybe 50 bucks, maybe. Um, and for an OS 8 blade, which maybe I should comment on that, it is OS 8. And for a tactical folder or a hard use knife, some people prefer a little better quality. But you get what you pay for. At around the $50 range, you should expect an OS 8, OS 10 blade, something like that. It's pretty common, and really it is a good steal, especially for the money. These blades hold up pretty well, and they really take an edge. These things are nasty sharp. I actually cut myself real bad a while ago. I guillotined my finger because they do close uh, pretty harshly, and I had a little trick of snapping it around, and I flubbed that one time. Guillotined my finger, and it practically cut through my finger. That was gruesome, but it is a testament actually how incredibly sharp these are. And you do need to be careful with, especially with the extra large versions. You don't want to monkey around or be stupid with these because they are a weapon. They're dangerous if you intend to use it that way. And they are a tool, all the same. They should be respected as a tool. Be careful with these things. If you're looking into purchasing one of these, I would definitely check out your state regulations, your county, the area you're living in, because everywhere is different, and you don't want to get stopped with something that somebody's going to try to pin you with a fine or a charge with. The pocket clip, I get a lot of people complaining about cold steel pocket clips because they have a grippery handle. In case you haven't heard about that, grippery is it's like a plastic, but it's a pretty strong plastic. This really, there should be no bad feelings about this. It's on par with G10 in my opinion because the grip, the design that they put in these is superior to many grips. But they do have that grip under the pocket clip, which I know a lot of their videos, people like Nut and Fancy, they'll do a little JB weld underneath to try to get rid of that stickiness. There's fixes you could have. Really, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't actually tear up my pants or anything like that. But that is a common complaint about it. It rides with about this much sticking out of your pocket, and I really appreciate that when I wear it in my pocket. Sometimes I wear it in the front of my pants, kind of concealed actually when am not wearing a gun. And so actually for being a huge knife, because it is a huge knife, coming in a little over a foot open, um, it conceals really well. It's not as big and fat as a lot of people try to make it seem and complain. This knife only weighs in at 7.2 ounces for a huge folder. 7.2 ounces is not bad. They've done well to make these light knives. Um, I have these for hard use, like I said, and they hold up really well. The tip on this Tonto, um, it's it's amazing actually how much I've done with these, and they just keep their edge for a long time. You do have to resharpen them, of course, as you do with most knives, and maybe just a little bit more because they're osseous. But they take an edge really well. They cut through things really well, and for self-defense purpose, man, this would be a great knife. The deployment isn't super quick, um, which some people that's an issue. For me, it's not. I have methods to make it faster and ideas about that, but it definitely gives you some amazing reach. If you notice, you can you can hold it way back here because you have some sub hilt right here, or not sub hilt, but I don't know, some places indentations for your finger to fit in there, and it palms really nicely. You have a lot of great control around there, and you're not going to accidentally manipulate that. I have pretty big hands. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", and my hands fit in there pretty well. Actually, then you could slide forward and choke up when you're doing finer work. I have the 50/50 serrated model, half serrated, half plain edge Tonto, and man, those serrations are wicked sharp. You got to be careful with those. But they take a nasty bite out of things. They're very worthwhile. I think Cold Steel has a good serration down. I'd like to see some different styles out of them with that, but I think this one really does work. I like it. Um, the dual thumb stud is decent. It does have a couple carry options. You can wear it left or right hand, and of course, tip up. That's the way you want to be carrying. Trust me, that's a good way to carry. Tip down's a bad idea. Um, and I really do appreciate the retention that these hold because you have the toe screw. They're good knives. So, pick one up. I have a couple different models. Let's see if those look like the Steel Voyager extra large as well. Another good meaty knife, hard use knife. Not as strong on the tip of this knife, but still definitely hard use knife, razor sharp. Um, and then I do have one large version which I've zip tied for faster opening. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Good night.